They have been around for 400 years. Because of their violent behavior, they are like Hollywood movies. Silence is their most important law. They have more than 100,000 members, and this violent group are called yakuza. Stay with me and subscribe to my channel. In 2011, Barack Obama announced that he would confiscate all the wealth of the Yakuza Mafia. At the beginning of this operation, more than 26,000 members of this group were arrested in different parts of the world. But over time, it became clear that this group would not be weakened by the operation, but would adapt very quickly to the new conditions. But who are these people with bodies full of tattoos who are ready to carry out all the orders of their leaders? Yakuza can be considered the mafia of Japan, but they are not just one group. Yakuza are different groups that come from a certain ancient culture. They claim that their lineage goes back to the Japanese samurai. It is estimated that today this mafia group has more than 100,000 members. And the largest group appointed to the Yakuza is a Japanese mafia group called Yamaguchi-gumi. According to the Interpol documents, Yamaguchi-gumi group dates back to 8 years ago, and within it consists of 850 different groups and has 39,000 members. According to the CIA, Shinobi Tsukasa is on a list of 100 criminals in the world. He is active in the fields of drugs, pornography, gambling, extortion, human trafficking, sex trafficking, arms trafficking, bribery, killing, and etc. He was imprisoned in jail for killing the leader of another mafia group with a samurai sword. But he was released very quickly, and today he is continuing its empire in East Asia with expanding criminal methods. Although the Yakuza groups are well known and available, it's very difficult to get into them. Naturally, this situation has its own reasons. For example, as we said, Yamaguchi-gumi is made up of 850 groups, which means that if one of these groups is attacked by police can't find anything or can't do anything. Also, this mafia gang is organized in such a way that even the arrest of the group leader will not change anything, because the main feature of this mafia gang is to continue the process and carry out activities as automatically. From 1997 to 2005, due to the lack of a qualified person to lead Yamaguchi-gumi, the group was run without a leader during those years. It is estimated that the annual income of this mafia gang is $80 billion. From the past to the present, within the Yakuza groups, internal discipline has always been created and sustained by harsh punishments. For example, if a member of this group commits a wrong behavior or action, his little finger is cut off during a meeting and ceremony. But in recent years, by spreading news about this ceremony, and to avoid identifying members and hiding, this traditional punishment was changed. Today it is said that the amputed finger is reattached. It is said that the origins of the Yobetsama ceremony, the amputation of the finger, go back to the distant past. According to the legend, by cutting the knuckles, the person in question could no longer hold a sword properly and firmly as in the past, so he needed his companions more. If a member makes a mistake for the third time, this time his punishment will be death and confiscation of his property. Although the Yakuza Mafia gang is said to have 100,000 members, it is difficult to get into them. In the first stage, one must be a true patriot and respect Japanese customs. This is why the extremists and nationalists view in 1950 many communist groups and students in East Asia were assassinated by the Yakuza. This activity in those years can be considered as one of the main reasons for the expansion and development of Yakuza. It can be said that the members of the Yakuza has no right to object, and he or she should be like robots. That's why they consider themselves as the successors of the samurai generation. Their family is the members of the group, and if they have a children or spouses, they do not hesitate to sacrifice them for group members. For this reason, members call men of same rank Kare, it means brother, and female members are called Ane, it means sister. Old members are called Oya, it means father. and the leader of the group is called Komocho. The new member continues to work with older member for several years to adapt and become familiar with the customs and rules of Yakuza, look like teacher and student. Yakuza groups are claimed to have the highest annual income from legal activities South American drugs. The legal activities of countries such as China, South Korea, Australia, Thailand, and Malaysia are under their control. According to the CIA, it is estimated that all activities related to drugs, human trafficking, and weapons in these countries are monopolized by the Yakuza. The Yakuza group does not cooperate with other mafias, but this does not include Russian mafias. Yakuza interests in Central Asia and the United States are allegedly being served by the Russian mafia, and their interests in Europe by the Japanese mafia. And the strange thing is that this sincere relationship has been going on for 40 years without the slightest problem. And the main basis of this respect goes back to arms smuggling. Yakuza owns the largest arms smuggling in the world. According to research published in 2011, 33% of US-made pistols and machine guns are in Japan, 16% in China, and 10% in the Philippines. It is claimed that this huge amount of weapons is smuggled out of the United States only by the Yakuza. The relationship between the Russian mafia and the Yakuza is said to have been based on the arms trade and smuggling since the Soviet era, and today the fields of drugs and alongside it to continue. In the 400 years of Yakuza culture, one of the most important features is members' body, which are covered with tattoos. And the oldest documents related to Japanese culture, tattooing is one of the methods of punishment. According to a law dating back to 1720, some crimes such as theft, intimidation, and etc., and if a person committed these crimes, they would get tattoos on her or his body. And also over the years, Yakuza members have been tattooed on the body for the activities they have performed. Each tattoo has a meaning and a story, and even the colors used in it show the activity of the member. Over the past years, according to documents and research published in the United States, 80% of killing in Japan in the past were linked to the Yakuza, but that figure has dropped to 40%. With the advancement of technology, these mafia gangs also fear of being arrested and see killing their revolts as the last resort, because Yakuza has been able to achieve its goals by using newer methods such as bribery, torture, threats, and also there are people from Yakuza at the head of the large technology companies in Japan. Because if the money is not to be paid to the Yakuza, neither the ship nor the trailer will move their goods. Now imagine the expansion of this band. The Japanese government has entered a full-scale war with the Yakuza in recent years. Japanese police, in collaboration with FBI and CIA, in 2016 killed many of its members. But this operation has not yielded results for years, because as we mentioned, this mafia gang is so rooted in the power of this country that its defeat will not be easy. It is claimed that 1/3 of the members of the Japanese parliament are members of the Yakuza. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe to my channel to watch more videos.